So while I'm sitting here doing absolutely anything but sleeping, I decided to, give you guys a little bit of the DL on what's going on in case you were not around and haven't been checking up, or, maybe just don't, you don't browse around, Reddit, Facebook, all of that other stuff, the Discord, and you may have missed out on some of the information. I did make a video about this subject not too long ago. I think it was in some sort of a news wrap-up preview sort of thing during one of the updates where they kind of finagled around with some stuff, and I'm going to combine this with some other information about JP and something that JP is doing real soon. I think it's during this King Mog event that they're getting right now for the start of the 4th anniversary type thing. And this is going to be in the summon tab. If you guys have ever UoC'd a unit before, or if you've done it before and you've looked in there recently, you notice some things have changed. It's the part that I talked about before where they kind of changed something in the coding. That we found out, where before it was kind of like a set in stone thing, how much each of the characters costed unit of choice ticket wise. Okay, and then back then it was kind of finagled with, they kind of changed it and it looked to be a little bit more variable, like they could change them. You can see this now in the game. I think there was an in-game news announcement about it as well, but if you go in here, you view the list, usually before you click view list, actually it would be like summon 10 right here instead of saying view list. Now it says view list, and if you go in here, you'll see that each of the characters has an associated unit of choice ticket cost for that character. They haven't changed now. They're all still 10. All right, they are all still 10. And I expect them to all still be 10 for a long time. And I'm going to connect this to something else that's going on real soon. We're going to have that nice announcement, or we had that nice announcement about there being an event in November. So instead of Fan Festa, we're having a get-together in New York City, I do believe. The New York City live stream event. So they're live streaming it if you want to go. I think it's $40, something like that. And they said that the tickets are limited. So this is going to be our big event for the year. We had this one of these like in July, and they gave out a lot of information about what's coming up into the future of FFB. Like in July, they gave out information about Elena and the series bonus boss battles, the EP system that didn't get changed yet, like they said that it would. Fully fleshed out anyway. And they also gave what else? What else was I going to say? Series bonus boss. Oh, the Chamber of the Vengeful. So those of you who've been keeping up, kind of have an idea of a couple of the announcements that we can expect based on the timeline of where we are with the different characters. A lot of you guys may have heard of Summon Fest, and Summon Fest is coming pretty soon, or it did in JP anyway, and they said that we are going to get it in Global, was to be a little bit different here. And so what I'm piecing together, my theory is this. It was my theory before, and it still stands this. That the difference, or the main difference between Summon Fest and JP and Summon Fest and Global, is that unlike JP, where you can't use any unit of choice tickets at all on Summon Fest characters, which is like a repeating event that's got better drop rates on characters. I think it's like 3% on banner rate instead of the 1% on banner rate, 5% rainbow rate total, which is what we've been seeing for some banners right now, but it's gonna be 3% on banner rate. Is that you're going to be able to unit of choice them. You can't unit of choice them in JP. My guess is that we're going to be allowed to unit of choice them. We won't get any information. That's just my speculation. Okay, guys? So keep that in mind as well. But I don't see any reason for them to change or give them the ability, give themselves the ability to change the cost of unit of choicing a character if they're not going to utilize that feature. I also don't see them changing it just so they can change some of the older units to like 5 unit choice tickets, something like that. That may be something they do eventually. Don't really expect them to do that, but maybe that would be a good idea for them to do, right? Maybe you'd be more enticed to UoC your 4th Emperor if you cost 5 UoCs. But what I think that they're going to do is that they're going to institute the ability for us to use unit of choice tickets on the Summon Fest characters, but it's going to be, higher than 10. I would be totally fine. I'd have a smile on my face. If they left it at 10, that'd be fantastic. Absolutely crazy good. Because we've gotten far less UoCs than JP did. But if they bumped it up to 15, I could see that, right? We get better drop rates on those characters. 3% rainbow rate instead of 1% rainbow rate. Statistically, you should see, you have triple the chance of getting the characters. So if we get triple the chance, I wouldn't really mind, too much spending 15 UoCs instead of 10. If it was 20, That's a little too expensive for me. 20 UOCs for a character. I could understand it. I wouldn't be super thrilled about it, but I could understand it, and I wouldn't be really mad about that. So 15 to 20 UOCs is my guess for the Summon Fest characters, and I do think that's going to be an announcement that they will have during the live stream in November. So if you want to see that firsthand and want to see if we're right, you can go ahead and check out the live stream either on Twitch, or you can go there and fly to New York City. I'm not sure if I'm going. I probably won't be. I really hate traveling for a very short amount of time. I'm like a 3-day minimum kind of guy, unless I really have to do it. So we might just be staying home. I'm not sure. We might go still, but I'm not really sure where that wind is going to take me quite yet. But the other thing I wanted to talk about in JP is that they are doing an anniversary event for the 4th anniversary, and something else that they're doing is in the King Mog event. I'm not going to be able to show it in here, but in the King Mog event, I do believe if I go into materials, we all know how we get prisms from different characters, right? You can buy the prisms in the shop. These kind of prisms, where I have a 2B prism just hanging out here, right? 2B prism is what you use to awaken a character to 7-star. I do believe that you are able to get, they said that they're going to have a blank prism, not a prism Moogle, but a blank prism for characters soon. It might even be in the game. It might be the one that's in the game for 300,000. I don't really play JP that much. I don't have it loaded up right now or anything of that nature. But I think that's what it was. It's like 300,000 currency or something for a blank prism. That might be a blank Moogle prism. And what I'm thinking about is going to be a reward for the 4th anniversary for them. But it does show that they are thinking about the idea, and like I said, I don't know exactly if it's from the King Mog or if they're giving it out as a reward. But I do know that they did talk about it, and they did say that it's coming, I do believe. So that's pretty cool. That kind of shows that they have kind of figured out that you know, the whole pulling for 2 units thing, not really the coolest thing. You know, we're not really the biggest fans of that sort of thing. You do still kind of need to pull for 2 units, right, to get the 7-star. But, you know, if they start giving them out, if they start putting them in King Mogs, making them more expensive, it gives you something to grind towards. You know, pull for those 4-star units, 3-star units, use those energy pots that we've been accruing. I have quite a few energy pots. Due to the change with the wheel. I know a lot of people aren't happy with it. I'm kind of fine with it. You do have to remember that you're getting less lapis, right? It seems anyways, definitely for me as well, where you pull on the wheel. If you watch the ad wheel, you can do it 7 times now instead of 5, but the lapis shows up a lot less. But we do get way more energy pots, and you have to keep in mind that since you're doing 7 a day instead of 5, you actually fulfill that 500 lapis. From watching 100 ads or whatever it is, you get that 500 lapis in 14 days instead of 20 days. So you kind of get you kind of make up for it there as well. So I'm kind of happy with it. We're getting bonus energy pots. You have to watch 2 extra ads if that's something that you do. I do that. I do watch them. It's free lapis, free energy, and I need all that energy I can do when all the energy I can have when I'm playing this game, streaming, and all that fun stuff. And a little extra lapis doesn't hurt. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Blank prism Moogles are something that we'll probably eventually see. We'll have to see how often they give them out. And something else that JP has been doing recently as well is they're doing it for this King Mog event as well with the 4 different Esper units, which I did do a video on yesterday. For you guys want to see that, check them out. We did a full breakdown sneak peek thing. Pretty cool. Those characters are pretty awesome. The fantastic sprites are very well done. I think the ugliest one is like the Bahamut Fina one, only because Bahamut, he's a dragon god. He's not a little sprite, dude. That man should be taking up the whole picture. White Knight Noel should fit on his thumbnail, right? Thumbnail. Yeah, I guess thumbnail's a thing too. I went to the YouTube thumbnail sort of thing. He's a picture. But keep that in mind. They're doing a thing where they're giving out, you know, specific prisms for different characters. They did it for the CG Sean Total banner. They're doing it for these units, and these units are very powerful. And they're giving prisms out to entice you to pull, because you only need 1 if you want the 7-star. You need 2 more if you want the Super Team R, but instead of needing 2 of them to 7-star them, a lot of the times now they're giving out, you know, if you're active during the event, you're going to be able to gain access to one of the prisms for each of the characters through the event, not through something crazy like, you know, getting summon coins like we are for a lot of the stuff now, which is a nice bonus that we do get. But getting them through the event, and then on top of that, now they're going into blank not Moogle prisms, but blank unit prisms to help you 7-star whoever it is that you want, which is very, very awesome. And I do think that is a good idea. And it's even probably a better way to approach it than unit of choice tickets. They've been trying to move away from unit of choice tickets for the longest time. Summon Fest was their first attempt at it, and it obviously failed horribly, right? Just making everything time limited. Everyone's going to get really upset because you get that, that fear of missing out. You need to get it now or it's gone forever. You need to get it now or it's gone forever. No one really likes that. So one of the better ways to approach it is to make the characters time limited, but you only need to pull one of them instead of pulling 2 of them. And then hopefully what we'll have in global eventually one day, my hope, within the next year or so, and I think it will make the game way better than it is now for the consumer, for the player base, for the free-to-play player, for the whale, for the dolphin, minnow, plankton, whoever you are out there. I don't care how many Krusty Krab patties you make per day, SpongeBob. It's gonna be better for you. Okay, if it comes down to we can UoC them for 15 UoCs, and then they start giving out the prisms as well. That's going to be a knockdown, slam dunk, in my opinion, of a way to balance different characters. Right, make them time limited with the Summon Fest sort of thing. Have them come back here and there. Make them cost 15, 20 ULCs, maybe 10 if you're feeling super generous, and then give access to the prisms. So that way you don't need to, or give access to the prisms through the events and stuff. That way people can't just UOC, all of them for a low price of like 10 ULCs, 20 ULCs, make them something like 30, 40. But if they want like multiple units, but also give them the prisms. So maybe if they only want access to one of the units, right? The 7-star form, 15 ULCs, good to go. Pull on the banner, good to go. You won't feel really bad about that. So the ULC thing is there to combat the whole fear of missing the unit and feeling like you got really unlucky and you'll never see that unit again. You can save up the ULCs for that. They do seem to have been doing a really good job at partitioning out and giving out the ULCs at a slower rate over here in global. So giving us the ability to UoC the Summon Fest units, that's a must in my opinion to differentiate us. Hopefully that's an announcement they will make this November. I'm actively waiting for it, and if I'm not there at the event, I'll probably be on Twitch and we can hang out together there. And then in the future, I don't expect them to announce it in November due to the fact that this Prism thing is sort of new in JP. It's only happened a couple of times so far, and as we all know, JP's like 6-7 months ahead of us. It would be great if they brought it out earlier for us, maybe 4 or 5 months from now instead of 6, 7, 8, 9 months from now. We'll get this thing where we could start earning prisms for the characters from events. But that's basically, I wanted to let you guys know about what's going on here, what we should expect in the future, and then what we could possibly expect in the far future or further future, or whatever sort of future you want to call that, the days of future past future out here with my boy Magneto. But that's what's going to be going on. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Leave that like. It does help the channel grow. It helps the video gain popularity, exposure, all that fun stuff, and not in a like I'm going to rule the world way, but in a way that like the YouTube algorithm realizes that the video exists in the first place. So the YouTube algorithm's been doing some weird stuff lately, and the notification thing's been doing some weird stuff lately. If you watched any of my videos in the last 2, 3 months, you know that it's been really weird. I get a lot of weird comments again. I turn my notification bell on. Please do that. Just click that little bell, chink chink. And woke up this morning and it was off again. Turn it back on again. Went to bed, woke up, it was off again. So I don't know what's going on. All I can tell you guys is that make sure that the bell is on. Make sure you have notifications enabled on whatever device you want the notifications enabled on. And if none of that stuff works, guys, and you do want to watch the videos that come out 6 days a week, then go ahead and just bookmark the page on your browser, check up once a day, something like that, and check it out. Because even people who have you subbed or whatever on YouTube, you might not even show up in the feed. I have that for a lot of the channels I personally follow, where if I don't actually go to the page, they could have uploaded 2, 3 videos and I didn't see it in my subscription feed. I didn't see it anywhere. So it's a really weird thing out there. I don't know what it is. I'm not I'm not that sort of super far into discovering the algorithm. I don't think anybody is, let alone you know, them themselves. So I'm way behind YouTube on the whole discovering algorithm thing. So yeah, check it out, hit the bookmark, whatever you need to do to get the information that you want. But until guys, I want to know what you guys think about this stuff down there. Think about, or I want to see what you think about how likely this is going to happen. And, you know, the whole global's a different game joke. I'm pretty sure someone will put it down there with a little laughing till I'm crying face. But until then, guys, take care.